This is Natasha Banyan, pet business coach with Start Scale Sale. So today's question is, what are the absolute basic must-haves for a successful pet care business? This is one of those questions that fall under you don't know what you don't know. So I really enjoy this. So number one, if you're starting or if you are kind of on the PayPal vibe or you're kind of winging it a little bit, this is where we kind of clean everything up a little bit. So first, you want to make sure you have a software. People don't utilize this enough when you first get started. Can you imagine putting in one person or backdating yourself and putting in 30 people? So I always say day one, buy your software that you want to use. Your software should be clean, easy, simple. It should be consumer friendly. So this means that when a customer goes on your website, they're like, oh my God, this is so cumbersome. You don't want them to feel like that. You want to make sure that when you put this software on your website, it automates for you. That means that you can be sleeping, okay? This is what defines a great software. You are sleeping right now. And a customer can go on your website or wherever you have your booking widget, and they can completely book your service. I mean, set up a meet and greet, fill out forms, put all of their notes in, put their name, address, what have you. Everything you need to book this customer can be done while you're sleeping. So then when you wake up, it's already on your scheduling software. That's number one. So underutilized is getting your software right out of the gate. It is a great expense because it is much easier to start loading everybody in. And also don't forget there's those learning curves. There's a lot of features in your software that a lot of people really don't know that are already there. So getting familiar with it right out of the gate is the best thing you can do. Also, making sure you have insurance. You want to make sure your insurance company is not going to say, hey, you're paying for us every single month, but when you actually need to use us, we don't know what you're talking about. Make sure your insurance company is reputable. You can obviously, look at their reviews. You can ask members in your neighborhood and some of your Facebook groups. The insurance section is pretty easy. It's fairly inexpensive to have insurance, and it is the best thing that you can do. You will need insurance. Trust me, you don't want to use it, but it happens, and it's great to have your money refunded to you and your customer 100% taken care of with having a great insurance company. Stuff like this is that one thing where you can spend 10 years running a business and one thing can take you out of the game. So make sure you have your insurance. Also, do look into your trademarks, your logos. Make sure other pet businesses are not using or sounding the same. I know a lot of pet businesses right now are like doing piggyback or play on words. Definitely make sure you do your trademark information. It doesn't cost that much to do it. I wouldn't say do it maybe the first day of starting, but when you get a customer, look into your business, look into trademarks, get a lawyer on hand. And it's fairly easy, but you want to make sure you don't have this company that can get taken from under you. Business hours, must-haves, business hours. You wouldn't even think so, but do set yourself apart by letting customers know when you are and aren't in service. So the time that you're not, you can relax, you can recover, you can get your mojo back. You also want to think about if you want to use lockboxes in your business. Something that I'd see, again, you'll get, 50 keys in your hand and you're like, whoa, I don't even have a system for this. So these are some things, basic must-haves right out of the gate. So as you grow and you get bigger, you're like, you know what? I already have a process. We've already been doing this for our 2 customers. It's going to look the same for our 50 customers. So lockbox process, decide if you want to use them, decide if you want to get 2 copies of keys, decide if you want to keep the key on site, if you want to have an office. I recommend, of course, having lockboxes on site just because you don't have to worry about any kind of key process when you do that. And the key's already there on site. The other one you want to do is get a review page. How do I even know who you are, where you are? Make sure you are on Google My Business. It is a free service, but it will be your best friend. If you can get a few reviews from a couple of your customers, even like personality reviews, they call them, your friends and family, people who know you, they've seen how you operate with animals, get a review from them. And also Yelp. I know Yelp is getting a little bit of grief right now because they do pick and choose, but you can set yourself up for success on Yelp by asking your clients to include pictures If you include pictures, Yelp is more likely to keep your review. You also can ask your customers, hey, make sure you review 2 other businesses, because Yelp also wants to make sure that you're a real person. So if they can review you along with 2 other businesses, that'll also keep your reviews sticking on Yelp. Your social media platform. I know a lot of people say, oh, I like Facebook. Oh, I like Instagram. Well, it's not about what we like. It's about what the customer uses. So put yourself on both. Pinterest is getting, good right now for us. I think a lot of us, I'm not even on Pinterest, but it's getting great as far as people who like to blog. It's kind of like your blend between Instagram and a lot of your blogging pages. So if you pin something, that's going to be also great for your SEOs. As much free domains you can get on them. One thing that I did is I wrote out 100 free places that I can list my business, even if it was like the yellow pages that nobody goes to. Well, guess what? That's going to help me still on SEO. So list your business on as much free sources as possible. It'll help you. It'll help you, because if you can get yourself listed on at least 4 pages, that's going to help your business over your competitors. So that will be the big ones. Your insurance, your lockboxes, your software. Also, let me add your phone. Oh my goodness, your phone. Google Voice is a great software. If you don't want, so I'm using Grasshopper. I love them just because I do operate in different areas and they have a lot of features that I really enjoy. But Google Voice now can do actually almost all the same features. So get yourself on Google Voice, get your business phone number completely separate from your personal number, because you want to be able to kind of do not disturb that business when you're off. Because trust me, that anxiety, that stress, that bing, 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 ding, 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 if you don't know when you're turning it off, it can drive you crazy. So get yourself a Google Voice. Those will be probably the top that I would say that'll help you right out of the gate. I'm sure I'm missing a few, but we can go into more details. But as far as your basic, that would be your bare basic. If you want to get fancier, I do use a system called Later for social media. I love Later. They will automate your Instagram posts for you. So if you don't want to kind of remember to post something every single day, you can actually just sit down for an hour and post the next 3 months on Later. And they'll automate a lot of your social media postings. That's getting kind of fancy, getting to the next level. But yeah, those are great ways to automate. But in anything you're thinking about, think about, can I automate my business while I'm sleeping? Like that'll be like your main question. If I'm sleeping, how can I still keep running this thing? So that'll help you out. Great question, guys.